Many thanks for joining us on the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. President Bola Tinubu has directed an intensification of search and rescue for passengers of the ill-fated helicopter that crashed into the Atlantic near Bonny-Finima in Port Harcourt. The helicopter, operated by East Winds Aviation and registered as 5NBQG, was hired by NNPC Limited to ferry some contract staff to the NNPCL facility. 3 persons were initially confirmed dead in the crash, but the Rivers State Police Command says all 8 passengers inside the helicopter crash may have died. The accident occurred at 11:22 a.m. along the waterways in Port Harcourt when the helicopter took off from Port Harcourt Military Base. Spokesperson for the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Odutayo Oluseyi, who confirmed that a total of 8 persons were on board, said the aircraft dished into the waters near Bonny-Finima and rescue efforts have been activated. Vice President Kashim Shettima's trip to Samoa to represent Nigeria at the 2024 Commonwealth Heads of Government Summit has been cancelled after a foreign object hit his plane during a stopover at JFK Airport in New York. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, who confirmed this, says the foreign object damaged the cockpit windscreen of the plane. President Tinubu, acting promptly, has approved a ministerial delegation to represent Nigeria at the summit while the plane's repair has commenced. The delegation, which will now represent Nigeria at the 2024 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, is being led by the Minister of Environment, Balarabase Abbas Lawal. The summit began on the Pacific Island on 21st of October and it will end on the 26th of October. Vice President Shettima and Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga have left New York for Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has restricted ministers and ministers of state and heads of agencies of the federal government to a maximum of 3 vehicles in their official convoys. No additional vehicles will be assigned to them for movement. In January this year, President Tinubu took significant steps to reduce government expenditure by reducing his entourage on foreign trips from 50 to 20 officials. For local trips, he reduced it to 25 officials. The president similarly reduced the vice president entourage to 5 officials on foreign trips and 15 for local trips. In the directive issued, President Tinubu also ordered all ministers of state and heads of agencies to have at most 5 security personnel attached to them. The security team will comprise 4 police officers and 1 Department of State Services. President Tinubu instructed the National Security Advisor to engage with the military, parliamentary, and security agencies to determine a suitable reduction in their vehicle and security personnel deployment. All affected officials are expected to comply with measures immediately, underscoring the urgency and seriousness of the changes. President Bola Tinubu has called for the need to unlock the potential in the livestock sector across its value chain and improve its entire ecosystem to create new business opportunities and generate employment and incomes. President Tinubu, who entered this at the opening of a 2-day consultative workshop on livestock reforms at the State House Conference Center, pledged a government support in revamping and repositioning the sector to attract foreign direct investment. The president said significantly reforming the sector would also help mitigate the perennial conflict between farmers and herders, which have bedevilled the sector with negative consequences of community relations and beneficial productive activities.
$200 million people. I cannot serve our children 1 pint of milk in the classroom per day. We didn't see the investment opportunity. We didn't see the economy. in the past. Now we're now seeing it. We must work together to realize the dream.
As we all know, livestock farming plays a pivotal role in our food security, nutrition, and livelihood of millions of Nigerians. This consultative forum offers us a unique opportunity to chart a new course for the livestock sector through comprehensive reforms that are inclusive, innovative, and sustainable along the commodity value chains.
Of the Presidential Livestock Reforms Implementation Committee, Professor Atairu Mohamed Jega, and other stakeholders thanked President Bola Tinubu for leading the initiative and by chairing the Implementation Committee.
Significantly, reforming and repositioning the livestock sector would also help us to mitigate the perennial conflicts between farmers and herders, which have bedeviled the sector with negative consequences to peaceful coexistence, community relations, and beneficial productive activities.
This opportunity of these livestock reforms will go a long way to bring about prosperity to the people while encouraging peace and security, particularly food security, qualitative food security that can go to our people.
All those obstacles that are making livestock contribution to GDP will be removed, and therefore it will contribute to agriculture, GDP, and by implication to the national GDP.
Record, Nigeria is the leading livestock producer in West Africa with 563 million chickens, 58 million cattle, 125 million goats, 60 million sheep, and 16 million pigs. The Central Bank of Nigeria has debunked reports claiming that the old tariffs of 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira bank notes will cease to exist as legal tender by December 31st, 2024. In a statement released on Thursday by the Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Sidi Akama, the CBN noted that the order of the Supreme Court of Nigeria on November 29, 2023 to extend the use of old naira note still holds indefinitely. The CBN has directed its branches to continue to issue and accept all denominations of Nigeria bank notes, old and redesigns, to and from deposit money banks remains in force. The Supreme Court ordered that the old series of 200, 500, and 1,000 banknote will continue to be legal tender alongside the redesigned version. The CBN urges members of the public to continue to accept all Naira banknote for their day-to-day transactions and handle them with the utmost care to safeguard and protect their life cycle. Nigerians are also asked to embrace alternative modes of payment, e-channel, in order to reduce pressure on the use of physical cash. And here in Lagos, the second hearing of the Lagos State House of Assembly on the proposal of the Local Government Administrative Law 2024 has reflected some amendments to the bill presented at the first hearing, providing for a law for local government system establishment and administration, and to consolidate all laws on local government administration and connected purposes. We have details in this report.
Full-fledged local governments, they will continue to be known as LCDAs.
It was an interactive and robust discussion at this second hearing as discussants argue for and against some of the clauses in the new bill, especially on issues that relate to the 37 local council development areas.
The funding by the Constitution today and the Supreme Court judgment, they are saying that the only person that can deal with the fund of a local government in accordance with the law, that is in the manner deemed fit, is as between the chairman and vice chairman of the council and his ESCO and the councillors. Because the Supreme Court have said that if anybody other than the elected president and the council touches the fund, it's a gross misconduct.
We know that governors are making mess of local government forms all over Nigeria. But Lagos is exception. Lagos is an exceptional case. Therefore, we need to be very careful. That's why this is like this. Our OSCD have been tested for more than 20 years. It's a standing structure. If you knock it off, there will be problem.
The law is for them to have 2 terms. Maybe you want to continue to say 4 years, or you want to take it back to 3 years. Whichever one you decide, there must be that tenure limitation that you can't do more than 2 terms.
Earlier in his keynote address, Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, delivered by his deputy, Honorable Mojisola Miranda, said the gathering is to consider and reflect on the bill as it seeks to further enhance how the third tier of government should be administered. He said the public appraisal will reflect on the next stage of the bill.
The law, when passed, will allow the local government function optimally with strict adherence to the rule of law and separation of powers within the local government.
The chairman of the House Committee on Local Government Administration, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Honorable Ganiu Sani, while speaking on the bill, said once it becomes law, the bill will allow local governments function optimally with strict adherence to the rule of law and separation of powers.
The intendment of the proposed bill is to provide the much-needed legal framework aimed at ensuring that our local government provides an efficient and effective service delivery at the grassroots level to Lagosians.
Some of the clauses in the bill include 4-year tenure for the elective offices in the local government, declaration of assets, nomination and removal of a chairman and vice chairman, functions of the chairman, local government supervisors, appointees, executive powers of the local government, street naming, and many more. In sports, the Confederation of African Football has unveiled the highly anticipated nomination list for the 2024 CAF Awards, with 3 Super Eagles players proudly flying the Nigerian flag. Ademola Lookman and Williams Trust Ekong have been recognized for their exceptional skills, earning nominations for the converted Africa Player of the Year award. In a remarkable display of the team excellence, the Super Eagles have also been nominated for the Team of the Year category. The CAF Award 2024 ceremony is slated to take place on the 16th of December in the vibrant tourist city of Marrakesh, Morocco. And that's the news at this hour. For more stories, connect with Lagos Television on their social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free lines 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Ilegushi. See you again at 2 p.m.